Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gaming with Blockchain. I'm your host, Aminu, and here's a game that I wanted to share with you a while back. And unfortunately, again, with issues with the Wax and all the development that was going on the chain, this wasn't showcasing as well as I had hoped. It was taking a long time, long time for things to load or spin out. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I think it would be best just to wait and see how things settle down. And that also gave me a bit more chance to kind of understand the game mechanics a bit more, as well gaining a bit more assets of the game's NFTs. So this is a new game that's being developed, and it's been in development now for a few months. And as they get ready for their own, I say, game mechanics launch that's supposed to happen with Land in August, and they're going to have a beta system in place, and of course, it's all about the NFTs you have, how much of a strength and level your NFTs are, powering up, as we've now known that it's become one of the unique features of NFTs is what else can you do with those NFTs? How can you strengthen them? How can you level them up? How can you shine them, blend them? All these combinations, and then creating a burning deflationary market or value system in place. So here's Norm Series One. I'll leave all the notes in the website as well, and they have both on Atomic Hub and Nifty blocks, and we'll go through some of the information here. And I'm learning as you are with this particular game. Because like a lot of the game mechanics now, there's many moving parts, and at the same time too, things are changing as they revise their structure, or they fine tune part of their coding and algorithms. So you have a whole bunch of gnomes based on popular pulp culture, and they're creating these unique, funny artworks that showcase a theme, a particular theme for a particular gnome. So I mentioned this before. You had the steampunk ones. If you've seen one of my preliminary intros to this project, there was a few things I touched upon, and certain things I said, okay, this would be cool. This is a cool project, and they're touching on these little, I guess, memorabilia's in some ways, or current events at the same time as well that can intrigue somebody. Somebody may be of interest and want to participate or purchase. So these are the series that they have right now. Now, if you look at they have a great roadmap that they've been establishing now. How up to date that is, I don't know, but it's there for you to see. It's there to have questions, and you can look at and understand what they're in the process of doing, and where they are in terms of how they're going to unfold or release the structures of the game. And you can see the land ownership is still not hasn't been touched, or maybe it's in the background. This hasn't been updated. That's one of the things. Trainer experience, card experience, quests and challenges. These will all be interesting mechanics in the game. So I can see that there's a lot of in-depth detail here, and I'm just beginning this myself. I purchased a few packs, and you know me, I haven't opened any, and this will actually be one of the few times where I'm probably going to open quite a bit of the inventory, maybe close to 95% of them. Who knows? But it's just something to review and look at, and kind of gain the understanding of what has to happen. So let's take a look at the sets. So here's a set, and I'm assuming or presuming that this is a set that shows how each of these base cards or the category gnomes can be leveled up. So not everyone starts in the base, like the Easter and B and Mary J, are don't start in the base. They don't start in pink, and they're some within blue and some within purple, and then you can level up to the categories of portrait, and some don't have a rainbow, some do. So there's very different areas in which the gnomes of themselves can be converted or upgraded. So that's the set checklist. The rarity chart now is also, what does the rarities mean? How, because each card has a level cap. So again, it's not something that can go on and on and on forever. There's a level in which each one's applied. So if you're in the red parallel, which I'll go back here. In this here, this is your red section, and then you go back to your rarity, and maybe that's the cap for that area. Your level cap is only 135. If you're in the portraits, your portrait's 145. Rainbow parallel, well, again, that's yet to be seen, and gold is at 150. And we'll take a quick peek on what all that means. But base is probably where the majority of the plays will start. I mean, I have a few base cards, and the interesting thing is that once you have a base card, and we'll show that in a moment, the base cards is a race to get the top 15 of an elite series. So here's where is it? Where's bases? There we go. So here you have all these base cards, and you want to kind of blend them or upgrade them to an elite card. And hopefully I have maybe one or two that I can show you, and we'll see about that. So when it comes to opening packs, the open packs work through Nifty blocks. I'm already here. I already logged in. I'm just in the category of drops. You cannot go to Nifty blocks directly and then log in with your Wax account and then hopefully find the collections that belong to any other project. It requires a link, and over time I hope that gets corrected for the Nifty blocks system and utility. Because sometimes you just want to get to Nifty blocks, and you just want to maybe find a collection that you need to work with and move from there, versus always needing to have a link. But this is just the beginning stages. Like I said, all these projects are being developed as they go. So this is the Gnome series page, which has all the drops that they've done, and which all of them are out of stock except for this one. And then they have your library or your collection base of NFTs. And these are NFTs that I have opened right now, and that can be utilized in the blends, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So then with these open and pack, then you have what's called the skills and how you apply these skills. So the gems are part of things that are coming within the game mechanic, and we'll show you some of those gems, and they're part of the I think also contribute to the skill element as well. But now we're going to go to skills, and what does that all mean? So you have a staking bonus if you have 100 Nokens. You can send it to GNOKEN City games, and you can unstake them anytime. But as long as you stake your Noken, you can receive 20% bonus. So if you are able to, again, again, I'm not going to touch in too much on the token end of it yet, but just as something that, if you're curious and everyone likes to stake things, go to Alcor or Exchange. If you have any wax, you do the bit of conversion, and from that conversion, then you send your Nokens to Gnome City games, and they'll have you earn that 20% on top of that 100. But now, what does it mean to now apply the skills and experience? Is now about going out to Atomic Hub. And so again, it's the Gnome series, Nifty blocks, and Atomic Hub kind of combination. And you'll have your card that you need to take that asset ID, because then you're going to find that power card or a power up card, and you're going to send it to Gnome Cities with they're saying here the memo is asset ID you just the asset ID you just copied into your send, and they convert that base card and add a power up or a level up to it. So we're going to try that. First, I'm going to open up a few more packs, and so you can see what the inventory is like. You can see here what the max levels of the Gnome series cards in Gnome Cities will be. So again, we'll be looking at, if you have a purple card, your max level can only be 75. You have a green, 100. Limited editions, 125, including the fragments. Red parallels, 135, and so forth. This is something that, again, it will be an enhancement feature that will be applicable once the game plays out. But you can definitely, again, try it out. Like, this is the good time now, before the game is released, to go through the training phase. I will call it that. This is my training, your training, everyone's training. So let's see what happens here and how this all kind of unfolds. So I'm going to open up a few packs. I'm going to go back to my packs, and I'm going to show you the blends too. I can't blend anything. I don't have enough to blend, but I'll show you. I might as well show it now. This is all the blends that are available and what's the missing ingredients needed. So, if I wanted to blend to get a super shoot bonus 1000 up, I need to add a 131 requirement card. So it's hard to kind of visualize view template. So 100 XP to boost that puppy up right here in order to blend it. And I may have it already. I don't know. Let's take a look and see in my NFTs. And like I said, it'll be one of the great things if this is something that could be searched, sorted a bit better, because you can put the skills on one side. You can put your gnomes by category on another. So it'll be nice once they can fine tune this end of the services here, or this feature. So I don't think I have enough or don't have that particular card in place to do it. Yeah, it's ultra rare. I could probably buy it on the market. Let me see where it stands in the market. It's not so bad, but we're not there yet. So let's not get past what we were supposed to do. So let's open up some packs. So I'm going to open up another level 1 skills. So this is skills and gems. This is not the gnomes. This is just the skills and gems. Reveal. So still a little bit of glitchy on the pop-up, so I'm not sure why. So bonus willpower skill, some more uncommon intelligent skills, common awareness skill, uncommon, rare, and uncommon. So would it mean that I can only apply these to the same kind of card? And I think it will. If I'm relying on the same rules of kind of magic, common goes with common unless you have a card that allows you to kind of convert to a next level or to a next rarity. I'm thinking these are doing the same thing as well. So now I know that's what's in the inventory. That's my skills and gems. And I'm going to do now skills and gems level 2. Let's try what that is. And reveal. So this gives you 3 bonus sodas. I have now 2 common star gems, blue rock common star gem, a common uncommon speed skill, intelligent common, the series skills for more information, common assassin skill, rare combat skill, and uncommon, and uncommon willpower, speed, rare assassin skill, common skill, and let me see, rare combat skill, awareness skill, common speed. So I wonder if you could always blend the speeds together and enhance the speeds. I think that could be happening too, where you could compile all your same skill NFT, if you will, and then create another bonus or another enhancement. I don't want to give away too many ideas or possibilities. So now I don't know if I have another one of those, and don't have another one of those. I'm trying to open up at least one of what I know I have more than one of. So let's open up this one here, and also straight and fire. Now these are the gnomes. So there's a defect, melty gnome, dark epic, and weepy bee gnome. That's what we have there. We have in the category, and we'll have to look into see what those are. We'll have to let's look at the NFTs itself. and then we have it. So I won't, again, kind of bore you with the rest of what's there, but you can see how these packs are applied. So now if I were going to look at the skill side, so if I look at the blends like I had mentioned, if I now take a look at, let's say if I have at least one element, and they say, okay, you have one element at least, and this is how many ingredients that are missing. So one of them missing 24 ingredients, and the one missing 9, missing 3 here, this one I'm missing 2, and so I have 3 here. I need to add 2 more to create an uncommon intelligent skill, but I believe I have that. So would I really waste doing that unnecessarily? Probably not. But if I wanted to do a booster here, I have to get at least 3 more of the 50. I think that's a 50 view template. Yeah, a 50 plus. So that's something, I can look into and see, and then decide if I want to blend that up or not. And again, it has to be 50 plus of that style, not the 50 plus in general. So I have a 50 plus XP here and I have a 50 plus XP here, or not here, but if I want to, there has to be a like works with like. But now if I want to do the power up, what do I have to do? So I want to look in my inventory here, and we're going to try that. And I decided before, when I was doing a bit of research, that I'm going to kind of power up. Let me see if I find it. Now it'll probably be faster than Atomic Hub. Let's go to my inventory and click Gnome series. Now, unfortunately, I don't remember the character, which would have helped a lot here. But it's a base card. PI Gnome, there, it was PI Gnome. Oops, maybe case sensitive. There we go. And it was supposed to be a base card, so I'm going to go to details to make sure. Let me see. So base card number 17, and it's about copying this ID number. So I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to go back to my inventory. And I'm going to look at my power-ups, if it allows me to do that. Schema, skills, there we go. Okay, so maybe not. I would have to do all. So I have to find it. There's one skill I want to assign, and it wasn't that one. Now it applied to base, so you want to make sure it works with the base. So this is common. Let's go back. And hopefully I'm doing this right, in all truth. I have no idea I'm doing this right. And that's why I'm willing to risk a base card on a skill to see, or I should say, to find out if it works at all. Because there's common skills work on base cards. It's hard to say, because if you look at this, this is ultra rare combat on a base card. Theoretically, it should work the same, but who's to say? So I'm trying to find the one I had selected, and I'm not seeing it. And my apologies if you watched this, but we're gonna get there. So let's go back to anything I found earlier that was, there we go, common combat. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to now go to transfer, and I'm going to send it to Gnome City Games. So first, I'm going to put in the asset, the memo of the asset ID. Then I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go copy, because I just want to make sure it's spelled correctly. So the idea is that that base card of PI Gnome will then be upgraded 1 XP in combat skills. I'm going to set to this with the asset ID and the card itself, and confirm the transaction. And approve, close. So now we see what happens in the upgrade of that asset ID. And the hope is that once I power up, I'm preparing all these gnomes for the game. So either I'm leveling up and blending and creating as much power as I need to, or I'm having all these teams of NFTs in my inventory that have all the unique skills necessary to either go to adventures, to handle a quest, maybe to do with combat, who knows. In terms of taking base cards and blending them right away to hit a particular category, that's not going to be my reality. I've put that in the Discord. I'm not going to, I barely catch the drops, so it's unlikely I'm going to be there to do the blends for the first 15. But in terms of being able to power up the gnomes and maybe blend them into other levels, I think that would be quite interesting. So now the idea too is what was a portraits, and let's see if I can find my NFTs, and I'll show you what was missing. So I show missing. I'm not sure what the missing means, but this is if you have this in an inventory, and these are the portraits here. You can see the more elongated format. This may be an exception. Some of these are also, these are the elites. Sorry, these are elites for the first 15. These are the portraits as well. The blue parallels. You can, again, secondary market. That's where you can find them if you were inclined to take a look and see, unless you can blend them and get them to where you need to have them. So this is the latest one, the chicken gnome. This came on board. If you're lucky and you had the chicken, fantastic. That means eventually you'll see the or has been done the portrait chicken. This was an interesting one, Skello gnome. So that's a funny one. Didn't see that one before. I may have to go after the hockey playoffs. We'll see. See the ones that I like. Okay, so I hope this is, again, I was unfortunate not to have presented this sooner, only because of the challenges that I was having trying to display all this on screen. The pages were not loading up before, and now they have, and I'm happy to be able to showcase this game to you as it continues to develop. There's a lot of drops that are happening, frequent drops coming in place, and people are concerned about that, but I don't think that's really concerned at this early stage, because remember, a lot of this elements are about blending. So once you blend, things are getting burned, and you're just creating a supply and demand, and then basically a deflationary element as well. And how the game begins to tackle its new development when they launch the game, that will be one of the other bigger challenges there. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I like some of the artwork. I just think gnome idea is just quite funny and unique. Let me know what you think. This is something new. This is something on its own cuffed. Who knows what happens? So again, thank you for sharing and following and I hope this was insightful in its own way. I think you hopefully if you have some interest in it, I'll leave the website in the show notes, and you can find it. They're on Twitter, Instagram, and we'll kind of work our way through as we kind of develop the new games as it moves along. But until then, until the next episode, stay tuned, and thanks for following and sharing.